We brought two dogs to the hunt, so to speak, and we're gonna, hopefully they'll do a really great job, and it'd be huge for this team to come off the start of the year with a big win like Daytona. It's one of those things that every driver, every team wants to have in their CV, and we'd like to add that to ours.
It's kind of our strategy on how we're focused here on winning this race. Qualifying for a 24-hour race is completely meaningless. We know our cars are good in the long run. Anything that's not directly related to winning this race, we're going to opt out of.
I was leading behind the safety car, just keep this position, so it was really great. Everything working very well, so we are very happy right now.
Everybody loves to see the sun come up when there's a 24-hour race. In the old days, they used to start around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, so the sun would come up and you think, oh, the race is almost over, yay. But not anymore. They start at 3:30 in the afternoon here at Daytona, so you have another full day by the time the sun comes up.
Really, it was a great weekend overall. If you look how this team has really grown. I mean, last year we won the LMPC championship. We come here to Daytona, we have a really strong effort. Came up a little short, but I don't think it shows any lack of determination, mechanical ability, driving ability from anyone on the team. It's just a tough race to win, and we're looking forward to a strong season.
Here at the Ganassi pit line, Chip Ganassi.
But it will be the Flying Lizards that fly to green. The 49th Rolex 24 is underway.
Superb start there by Jörg Bergmeister. He's won this event 3 times in a GT car. Perfect start. Field looks clean, Dorsey.
Good run through turn 1. Nobody bumped at all. I didn't see any car-to-car contact. That's unusual. He hit that head on and went up over the top of the car and into no man's land up on top of the banking.
See how smooth this race surface is now through the bank turns. It used to be a real roller coaster ride through there. Now it's like a billiard table as you run down, heading down in the brake zone about 195 miles an hour. Down through the gears. Most of the teams are like to use first here in turn 1.
And that entry to turn 1 now has so much more grip. We're going to see 3 wide racing in there.
50 miles an hour per second. When we come out of the timing trap and I shut the motors down, we hit 3.3 G deceleration. That's 70 miles an hour per second slowing down again. That's going to be uncomfortable. And of course, it's a very high vibration, high noise, high heat. So I'm going to do some training. You know, flying performance airplanes to get my G tolerance up. In addition to all of that, there's the pure car handling. The faster you go, it's not an exact science, but it's very much like a race car. The car gets more and more loose. And when you go supersonic, you get shock waves around the wheels. The shock waves actually start to tear up the surface under the wheels, so the car is now actually starting to float on the surface, and the aerodynamics are controlling it. So it's more like you get onto a more and more wet surface, it gets more and more slippery. So I'm actually going to spend some time on a track, actually power sliding cars and just getting the feel of being degrees of control at high speed before I get into a jet car.
Has it got an ejection seat?
Well, you say that, but no. 1,000 miles an hour, the aerodynamic load on the body is 1¼ tons per square foot. Now, if I jump out at 1,000 miles an hour, that's 1¼ tons per square foot of me, and that will really hurt. So
not for long.
No, correct. So it's actually safer to stay in the car. If you can keep the car on the ground, that's the safest place to be.
So why do you do this?
There is no other challenge like this in the world. You know, the chance to set not only a land speed record.
We're getting reports that there was some bumping and banging on that restart. Let's have a look at a replay. Let's have a look at the back. Watch further back, watch further back. It's the United Autosports car, the Flying Lizard car.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why the level 5 car came to pit road.
Wow, and it lifted the back end of the 45 Flying Lizard all the way off the ground.
Seth Nyman behind the wheel of the 45 car, and everyone stacked up. He went to the right. That level 5 car had too much speed, had nowhere to go.
Look at the... That was frustrating because Matt was in the top 5. Here's a different angle. Look just a little further back in the field.
Yeah, it's a stack up, actually. It's going to happen back up in this area.
Watch here, watch here, watch here. Oh, Seth just moved up a little bit. And the 95 of Scott Tucker just got jammed with nowhere to go. Here.
Back up to the front. This is the 55 of Bouchut.
Now remember, of course, these guys, the 55 and the 95, chose not to qualify. So they started dead last in the DB division. So here they are leading. Christophe BOUCHUT, of course, an winner at Le Mans some years ago.
Colin Brown in the 8th. Brown is a lap down. So Justin Wilson in the 6th will be the next. That is impressive. Another round of pit stops begins under green. Let's go down to Justin Bell.
The leading Daytona prototype, number 55, has just come in for his scheduled stop. Remember, they were out of rotation from all the other teams right from the early part of this race. Christophe BOUCHUT just got out in the very challenging, obviously very successful sports car racer Luis Diaz has just got in. Luis talked to me just before he went in and said he was really looking forward to it. The car's running superbly, and of course this is a lovely time of night to get into the race. The sun has gone down, the weather has dropped, the temperature's dropped, and he's really looking forward to it. On they go, perfect pit stop, and you know Scott Tucker does put together an extraordinary driver lineup in all of his cars. So this is a car that is just untoward, nothing happening. Could be very strong all through the night.
Well, good point, Justin. You mentioned that both of the Level 5 Motorsports cars came in under the first caution to top up on fuel, taking both cars onto an off-schedule pit stop routine. So that puts David Donahue on the number 5 left of your screen into. Now let's back down to Justin Bell standing by with Christophe BOUCHUT straight out of the car.
Christophe, thanks for talking to us. That looked like a pretty hard stint, but nice to be in the lead when you pitted.
Yes, wonderful. The car was running very well, and lap after lap the car was great. So when I had a safety car, I was P1, and I just kept this position until the end of my stint. So great.
Tell us, what are the most difficult things about the racetrack right now? Traffic, surface, temperature, tires. What is the most difficult?
The problem is always the same. It's a bus stop. It's very hard to see where you have to brake, especially or when it's dirty or when there is GT. It's really a big problem here because if you go off, you collect rubber or you hit a curb and you can damage your front splitter. So this is the only place where it's really hard to manage a lap. But the traffic, it's same as Daytona. It's here, really hard.
You can expect nothing less. Luis is in the car. I'm sure he'll have a strong run. Well done, Christophe.
Beware the boost stop.
The boost stop, yes. And of course, we heard that our other group said that they were the Ganassi guys were told not to go on the curb. Now there you see David Donahue giving it scan.
There's the 95 coming back on track after a stop. They looked at the right front corner, evidently decided it was fit to continue. Meanwhile,
rumors in the paddock that this car might be around all season. Can you confirm anything? Well, I wish I could confirm. I can confirm we're trying real hard. I'd love to see